Hi everyone. What we know today is that kids entering preschool or first school, the basic education, 65% of the professions existing today will not exist when they graduate. Educational institutions did not assume that work will evolve so fast, and no one anticipated the rapid and even exponential development of technology, and specifically AI and robotics today. We see today that we meet our graduates from universities, that they do not possess the flexible educational skills to cope with the workplace on fire. I don't think that the cost of higher education is the problem. Higher education is the problem today. We need a transformative change. And also I think that we're too obsessed or too focused on developing new bureaucracy of learning or methodologies of learning, and instead of trying out tools on humans, we should provide them with these humans, people with technologies or tools to cope with a turbulent workplace. And I want to show you that the future of work is not happening tomorrow or 2030. I will take you on a ride, 10 industries in the next few minutes, that things that are happening now and that the ground is shifting. So before we start, these are the 10 industries that I'll go through, but before we start, I want that we'll have common grounds, and automation, AI, and robotics are the two technologies that are driving the future of work, and it means that if I have a task, that either it will complement me, work side by side, or will substitute me, replace me altogether. This is automation. So if we look, historically, we had the triple Ds, dangerous, dull, and dirty. These were the first jobs or positions that we replaced with technologies. Okay, but now we understand that it's not enough. Also, cognitive or abstract, non-routine work are transforming and being automated. Just 3 weeks ago, the White House declared that it is creating a task force to understand how AI will impact the workforce and again keep America first. But if we look at the arms race that is happening today, it's not the statements of Putin, it's the AI arms race. And I want to move us east to China. A few months ago, around 6 or 7 months ago, China declared its new state strategy, Made in China 2025, that is going to transform the entire industry and economy of China. By 2025, they want to lead AI, and by 2030, they want to be the #1 economy in the world. And that means that they will automate people because they are a manufacturing-led industry, and they understand that manufacturing is not good enough. So we can see that already in the last 2 years, many factories in China, industries, are replacing people with robots. And if we look at Foxconn, if you have an iPhone, Foxconn is the manufacturer. They have more than 1.2 million employees in huge factories. Their aim also in the coming year to automate 150,000 employees more. And it means that if we look on the ripple effect of automation, it's not only the employee that will be automated. It means, why do I need an HR for a robot? Do I need training? Do I need sick? Does it get a salary? No, a lot of things are changing and a lot of positions are changing. If we look at the industrial robots, China are buying more than all these 3 industries combined. The 4 largest industries, so Japan, economies, North America and Germany, China is buying more industrial robots this year, and they are also implementing and building factories there. So if you're speaking about industrial robots, let's look at the automotive industry. Today, you can see that this is a common car factory today. There is no place for humans. By 2020, the car manufacturers will have more software engineers than car engineers. Okay, so everything is AI and robotics enabled. This is GM. They have as I said, automation is maybe substituting, but also augmenting. So this is the exoskeleton of GM. It's called the RoboGlove. Employees that are working on the assembly line. So they have a smart glove operated and can operate up to 40 pounds or 20-something kilos to augment their work. To understand how pervasive automation is in the automotive industry, there is already a standard, okay, an ISO standard for cobots, collaboration robots that working with side by side with humans, okay. Looking to the mining industry, if we look, these are autonomous vehicles, huge trucks. I'll show you what is going on in the mining industry, something that is out of our reach in Israel, but these are trucks and the tractors, everything is autonomous. Everything is changing. Just to understand the size of this truck, this is the size of the truck, okay? It's huge. And if we look at these open pit mines, they can reach 2 kilometers in diameter and 2 kilometers depth, and tunnels, mining tunnels overreaching kilometers to all sides. Usually they had 20 to 25,000 miners inside one mine. Today, 600, okay? Only 600, and most of the people are working from the operation and control room. Their aim is to reach from, instead of 20,000, 250. The only exception today is South Africa, when strong regulation from the government against regulation. But those who work side by side, the robots are the geologists, the exploration geologists that are augmented by robots. Moving on, UBS, this is the trading floor. I don't know if you saw the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange or the the New York Stock Exchange, but this is how they look today. More than 90% of stock trading is automated by AI, high frequency trading. There are no people. Go to the Tel Aviv stock trading floor, it's empty, okay? Banking. Whoever uses Pepper or any digital app, you know that the tellers and the loan officers and all of the other professions, 1.3 million people by 2020 and 2030, the industry will go bankrupt, okay? FDA, if you look at medicine, FDA finally approved for the first time, you see, just 2 weeks ago, May 24th, an AI aiding to understand and analyze X-rays. So again, their aim is more than 90% of X-rays in the US are going to be analyzed by AI instead of X-ray technicians or your doctors. Dental technicians, AI can design a tooth much better than any human, and on the spot, and specifically, no adjustments, no fixing, no waste of time, no ping-pongs with your doctor, and this is today. If we're looking at games, we know that already AI is designing the best levels and the best complex gaming that we have, and also the feedback from the gamers is much more positive than human-designed games, okay? And if we're looking at the world, and let's go back to China as an example, by 2020 they want to have 570 million cameras scanning the entire public domain, and they want in 1 second to have facial recognition on any person that is visiting or walking around China. So what does it mean for a CIA spy? Facial recognition or AI, it's not possible to have a spy. And so the CIA understands that we need an AI instead of a spy, okay? AP, Associated Press, one of the largest news agencies in the world already for the last 4 years almost, are using AI to augment their news reporting. Instead of 300 news reports per quarter, they jumped to 4,000 news reports per quarter only because of AI. AI is writing the text. If we're looking at Japan, it's a different culture, and they have a shortage of priests, of Buddhist priests, and you have social robots. Both Europe and Japan are using a lot of social robotics, and you can see social robots conducting Buddhist ceremonies, okay, in the temples. And finally, we are talking about education. So we have here the Sense Education. It's an Israeli startup. So if we want to scale education on MOOCs, how can one professor check 3,000 or 30,000 works of students? You have AI to do it for you today, and this is just to understand and to have a glimpse of the magnitude and the tectonic shift that the workplace is undergoing, and where will we be in 2030. Thank you very much.